Basically, I'm gonna teach you how to be an immortal god. Hello, my fellow Tarnished, and welcome today as we do something really quite special and really quite fun. Essentially, we're going to eliminate the need for Crimson Tears through a combination of talismans, weapons, and hell, even great runes. We essentially find ourselves in a situation where you heal so much from both attacking and killing that it's just an unstoppable engine of immortality. Oh, and of course, doing absolutely metric tons of damage too, because, hey, this weapon is ridiculous, and that's probably not news to you. But it's also the perfect weapon to unlock this lifesteal potential, because it hits so often, so quickly, thanks to the Ashes of War, that we can actually take advantage of some otherwise kinda really bad talismans and turn them into incredible centerpieces of this build. So first and foremost, of course, we are using the Hand of Malenia. This is a katana and a heavy, hefty 48 dex requirement, so your stat spread's going to want to be something along these lines at a level 125 build, and of course you get this from trading in the Remembrance of the Rot Goddess after you have beaten Malenia in the Halig tree. So, now we have our weapon. We have the Waterfowl dance, which is, you know, the attack that's probably killed us all thousands upon thousands of times. I am Malenia, the blade of Mikola. Yeah, we get it, okay? It hurts so much. But as I said, building around the Waterfowl dance lets us do quite a few really awesome things. Of course, first and foremost, we want to plus 10 it, and we want to get two specific talismans. The Rotted Wing Talisman, which, after about 12 to 15 hits or so, gives you about a 30% damage increase. And those 12 to 15 hits come very quickly because of, yes, the Waterfowl dance. The other talisman that we want is Alexander's talisman, which is a plus 12% damage to skills, which of course we will be using primarily with the Hand of Malenia. That is a plus 42% damage rolling constantly as you power through your enemies, and that is hefty from just 2 talisman slots. Both of them are rewards from quest lines, very long quest lines. I will leave a guide to both Alexander and Malenia down below, and you can follow them at your leisure if you want to get them yourself. Oh, and the Alexander one also covers a weapon and build for it that will actually come up today, so definitely worth checking out. In any case, let's talk the other 2 talismans then. The first is easy, it's the Taker's Cameo. This restores a little bit of health whenever you kill an enemy. You get this from the Volcano Manor questline. Head over there however you get there, and do the assassinations that you are requested to do, and you'll simply be given it as a reward. Nice and simple. The other one, however, this is it. This is the pièce de résistance that really makes it happen. It's also, I mean, look at it. The Godskin Swaddling Cloth. Yes, we're going to be carrying around a baby Godskin and using it to suck the life out of our enemies. It's best if we don't think about the implications here and first and foremost examine it. So what this will do is every 5 attacks you will essentially heal for about 7% of your maximum health. Which doesn't sound like a lot, and it sounds like a lot of attacks to make it happen. But again, Hand of Malenia, Waterfowl Dance is perfect, because throughout the dance, while you're, you know, annihilating everything, you get a couple of the heals, which is just beautiful. And obviously, as you generally progress, and in boss fights too, you're dodging around, you're carefully hitting, and slowly but surely you just heal up. It essentially lets you face tank damage that doesn't poise break you with the Waterfowl Dance, because you're going to be absorbing so much health, especially when combined with, you know, the rest of this build. It's an incredibly sustaining tool that I think is really underestimated. And you're seeing where to get it. A lonely cave in the mountaintops of the Giants by the frozen lake, and it's actually a really pretty cave in there. I really like the kind of underground forest look that they have gone for. I mean, I say forest, there's like 3 bushes and a tree, but still, it's quite pretty. The only catch is the boss at the end is, yeah, a pair of spirit Godskins, so they don't even bleed, which is just... I hate these bosses so much. And of course, yeah, Malenia has bleed on it, which isn't really the focus, but it's nice to have that extra damage, and it builds up again incredibly quickly because of the Waterfowl dance. But once you have defeated the sneaky little dastardly snail, the Godskin Swaddling cloth will be yours. So that's the Talisman sorted. So we're now healing every 5 attacks, we are healing after we kill an enemy. So we also want a second weapon then, and this is Rykard's Blasphemous Blade. From the remembrance you get from killing Rykard, the final boss at Volcano Manor, we can generate this sword. Now we don't need the stats to use it, and we don't even want to be holding it. All we will do is put it in our left hand, two-hand Hand of Malenia, and then leave Rykard's blade on your back, and you will still get the passive effect of the blade, which is a massive health restore every time you kill an enemy, which, yes, stacks with Taker's Cameo. So this is delicious. You absolutely get surged with health, flush with the stuff, every time you kill an enemy, thanks to this combination. And Malenia is exceptionally good two-handed too, especially as we're focusing on the Waterfowl dance, so this is just a match made in heaven. The only downside is it involves having this really, really ugly sword sat on your back, constantly being, as I've described it before, squelchy. But a necessary evil. Finally then, the last piece of this Exodia template is Malenia's Great Rune herself. Obviously, once you kill her, you get her Great Rune, and you can go activate it via the Tower of Return in South Limgrave. Head to the top, get teleported to Lane Dell, run past the Sleeping Giant, head through the portal, and ta-da, you will be at the Divine Tower in the middle of nowhere ocean. What this rune does is basically activate Bloodborne mode, so that when you take damage for an amount of time afterwards, you can heal back that damage by attacking. So you see where we're going with this. Every time you attack, you heal from Malenia's Great Rune. Every 5 attacks, you heal from the Swaddling Cloth. Every enemy you defeat, you heal from Taker's Cameo and Rykard's Blade. Which means as you mow down hordes of enemies, the health intake is kind of ludicrous. And against bosses, you're still getting the Malenia Rune heal and the Swaddling Cloth heal, which will make your health go a much longer way, again, as you absolutely rapid out attacks thanks to the Waterfowl dance. All of this while doing ludicrous damage because, hey, this weapon does ludicrous damage. Against bosses, ludicrous damage. In PvP, ludicrous damage. It's Waterfowl dance, it's Malenia, you know what's going on here. So we take this super powerful weapon in Ashes of War, give it this health regen engine behind it, and suddenly we have the most perfect self-sustaining death-dealing tool you could ever imagine, and a bit of bleed on top too, just for good measure. I think it is absolutely wonderful, it is a lot of fun to play with, and I would heartily recommend that you get yourself this setup if you are at all interested in Hand of Malenia, a dex build, and generally, you know, being an immortal vampire. In that case, then, that's all I have to say. Like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more tips, tricks, guides, funny bits, builds, you know the drill. And please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below. And if you do pledge, I promise to never talk like a vampire again. Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.